Sagittarius, this is a mid-March read to see what energies are coming in for you and what the cards might be able to tell you, what advice they might be able to give for this second half of this supremely transformative month. From the 14th of March, I feel like we're shifting gears a little bit again. We have a total lunar eclipse in Virgo on the 14th of March, followed by Mercury going retrograde, the equinox, then we have solar eclipse in Aries at the end of the month, immediately followed by Neptune entering Aries for the first time since 1875, which is apparently all about big endings of cycles and the starting of new cycles. So some profound transformative energy still going on in the cosmos, and it is most certainly coming through in all of my reads. I've never done such big reads for people before. Everyone's going through these massive transformations, and I'm pretty certain you are not immune to it, Sagittarius. So let's see what's coming in for the second half of March. Ooh. Obviously I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread. This world card, every read has the world and or the Wheel of Fortune. Just big energy. So yes, I'll be doing the Celtic cross spread, and then if I need to pull clarifiers, I will. Interesting. Look at all of these incredible cards. Wow. And the star. Oh, beautiful. Wow, you have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's your energy, overall energy for the read, Sagittarius. That's brand new energy coming in. This is a new direction. So this second half of March, you could be heading off in a new direction. Look at this. I don't know where to start. Okay. You have the lovers in your recent past. So obviously the lovers can be about an actual relationship. I'm actually feeling more that this was a choice. This because that's the other interpretation. If it's not directly about a relationship, it can be both about a relationship and a choice. I'm feeling for, if any, I'm brand new to this channel, so there's not going to be a lot of people watching this video, but if someone's watching who has had a recent connection with a person, I feel like that was a choice that you made to actually pursue this person or pursue this relationship, this connection that's come through. But ultimately, this is quite a big choice that has been made at a heart level. And what I'm feeling is that this is still very much playing out, even though this was something in your recent past. I feel like you haven't actually seen the conclusion of this, or even the peak of this. Whatever this choice was, you've started on a path. You've chosen two paths. There have been two paths. You've chosen your direction, and you've only just taken the first few steps. What I love, though, is that this is suggesting, you've got the Two of Cups in your near future, so it's very possible that this is related to an actual relationship. But what I love with this choice that I'm feeling you've made is that you have the Hermit in the heart of your spread, and I feel like this is about you choosing you. You're choosing your inward journey, this trusting your intuition, turning within and letting yourself be your own guide. You're not living for everyone else anymore. This new direction that this Ace of Wands is pointing to, you've decided that from now on, you're going to trust your own intuition and let your own inner light shine for your path. I'm so excited for you, Sagittarius. It's such a profound card to have in the center of your spread. The Hermit's one of my favorite cards in the deck, along with that High Priestess, which you also have. Queen of Cups, you've got this in your challenge position. All I want to say with this is that because you've made this choice, and it does seem to be a choice where you're choosing yourself, turning within, trusting your own inner guidance, just be wary of closing your heart off, especially because you have this Two of Cups in your near future. There is going to be some new connection coming forward. It's quite deep, quite profound. They are someone who could potentially be a true love, true soulmate, But it could also, I mean, if you're already in a relationship, this could be a strengthening of that bond if you choose to keep yourself open. Or if it's not romance at all, it could just be someone who's coming in and is going to be a very important part of your world. And you don't want to miss out on this. So just be wary of closing your heart off, especially when we get to that Three of Swords, which we'll get to in a minute. So keeping yourself open. You have the Ace of Swords in the crown of your reed, and alongside these Ace of Wands. This is really exciting. I feel like you've had a recent flash of inspiration. You turning within and actually sort of prioritizing your inner world, your inner growth, your own personal path. It's allowed you, like, what I love about this Ace of Swords, it's piercing a crown. It's so symbolic of our crown chakra being pierced and opened, and opening us straight up into our intuition, into that higher wisdom, tapping into that universal energy, getting those downloads, those intuitive downloads. You've had a recent flash, or you will have a recent flash of inspiration, of insight. And it is going to take you in a new direction with that Ace of Wands. It's something that's actually going to change your world quite significantly. So you have the World card in your hidden aspects. So this hasn't emerged yet, but this is. Remember I said with Neptune entering Aries, this is on March 30, so this is right at the end of the month. So you might not see this actually emerging until the end of the month or into April. But this is already in process. This is the ending of a cycle and the starting of a brand new cycle, something really, really big in your world. And because you've chosen this path to go within and prioritize your own personal journey, you're bringing in something that is, it's quite significant, Sagittarius. I'm very excited for you. And if you can stay open with that Two of Cups in your near future, you could have someone going along for the ride with you. I feel like that's something that you actually do want. We'll get to the rest of these cards. So Three of Swords is in your advice position. There's a few meanings I'm getting from this card in this position, and I will pull clarifiers on this one because it's one of those challenging cards. But what I'm feeling in this position is, firstly, that, so these swords, remember the swords represent our mind, our logic, our intuition. We've got that Ace of Swords up there, so you've already tapped into the sword energy. These swords are piercing the heart. So this is about allowing your mind to get to the heart of the matter. You're already on this journey of going within. Don't skimp out on going really deep. You really want to clean out whatever is in your heart so that you can make the most of this World card, this new cycle that's coming in. You don't want any scraps left over in the shadowy corners in your soul or in your heart. You want to know what's in there so the light can shine all the way through. The other piece of advice with this Three of Swords, it is related. This is about processing grief. So if you're feeling resistant, or one of the pitfalls of stepping into a more spiritual journey or a more personal journey, an inward journey with this Hermit card, is that we start feeling or believing that we have like total vision over everything that's going on within us, like we're omniscient. But what can happen as we're moving through this journey is that we can delude ourselves a little bit, because we're seeing so much success in other parts of our journey. We unintentionally overlook pieces of grief, which is why it is so important to go deep into that heart and find those shadowy corners and process that grief. The other thing, so it's sort of three things, it's a Three of Swords, so it makes sense. The other thing is, because we're relating it to this challenge card of not closing you off, it's very much the same thing. You don't want to be heartbroken. because you've closed your heart off and missed out on an opportunity with that Two of Cups. So really do that work of looking into your shadowy corners, processing the grief, and keeping your heart open to new opportunities. Lots of lessons with that Three of Swords, lots of advice there. In your external factors, you have this High Priestess energy. Again, as I said, she's one of my favorite cards in the deck, and the fact she's in the external factors is a really interesting position because she's all about intuition. She's very connected to that Hermit energy because it's quite an inward facing card. So the fact it's coming in your external factors is really unusual, and I think I'll need to pull some clarifiers on that. But there is a sense of I'm just picking it up quite subtly at the moment, so I do want to draw on it, but it's a feeling of like your inward journey is going to be reaching out to people around you in a really subtle way. There's going to be some kind of connection made with people that's resulting from your opening up within and moving through your own journey. It's a really beautiful card, and next to that Two of Cups and then the Star on the other side, it is a burgeoning hope and promise that's coming from this card, but I do want to wait till I pull clarifiers to get some more clarity on that. Nine of Cups in your hopes and fears. You're just wanting all your wishes and dreams to come true. There's not much to say on that. We all want that. The only thing I will add though is that this is a Cups card. This is all about the heart, remember, and your previous Cups and this heart, Three of Swords. This is saying that if this is what you want, you do really need to pay attention to keeping yourself open and processing whatever grief is going on or whatever shadows are in your heart, because, as I said, you don't want to miss out on this Two of Cups connection that's coming in. So, and because it's something you want, this is quite important for you to process it and to make sure you're open. I absolutely love that you have the Star in your outcome position. That is such a beautiful card. It's wishing on a star. This is a little bit of magic coming through. This is the unmanifested becoming manifest, the subconscious meeting the conscious. This is really bringing in that inner world and actually creating something in the outer world, which is why that wish fulfillment, because the wishes are ephemeral and intangible until they manifest in reality, and that's what this card is promising. Is like your wishes are coming true, which is what you're wanting with that Nine of Cups. And this Ace of Wands is saying that this forward movement, this new direction, is actually bringing this into reality. So can't wait to see what the rest of the year brings you, Sag. All right, let's pull some clarifiers now. What do I need to pull on first? I think I'm just going to go straight to this Three of Swords. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the read for this main section of the spread. And I feel like it's we've talked about it a fair bit, so I'm just going to pull these clarifiers. Oh, here we go. We've got the Emperor for the Three of Swords. Wow. The Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Yeah, so you do need to gain some mastery, this Emperor. You do need to gain some mastery over those hidden aspects, those shadows that you've probably been holding on to a little too long, that you may not even realize are in there. So all of these cards are basically saying exactly what I said before. This card, very connected, this Two of Swords, very connected to this High Priestess with that crescent moon in the background. That's about tapping into your intuition. She's closed off her heart. So this is also a little bit of a warning that you don't want to be closing off your heart. But in this particular context, she's doing so because emotions can be really overwhelming and really loud, and it can drown out our intuitive voices. So she's even closed off her senses with the blindfold, and she's got those swords pointed high so she can tap into that high intuitive spiritual energy, getting those spiritual downloads. So yeah, this is basically saying what I've already said. You just need to master those gain mastery, gain sovereignty over every aspect of yourself, even those things that you've hidden from yourself and have maybe been holding on to for too long. I don't feel like I need to say anything else there. That's all pretty clear for me. Let's see what this High Priestess is doing. Curious about her in that external factors position. It feels quite shadowy when I look into it. And that sort of makes sense because it's sort of a shadowy kind of card. Let's have a look. We have Justice and the Hanged Man fell out together. We have the Knight of Wands. Wow, you know what? I'm feeling like you're actually going to be called on to take some action in someone's world. This feels quite big, actually. I mean, you've got the 3 major arcana and then a court card coming in there. You've got a lot of court cards in here. But what I'm sensing is that this High Priestess energy, this intuitive energy, along with all the journey that you've done so far with turning within with that Hermit, you're going to be called upon to... I'm almost getting like a jury selection kind of role where like you're the 12th man, the 12th juror, sort of the final decision maker kind of thing, where like you're holding the scales of justice and you're having to take your time and deliberate with that Hanged Man and see things from a new higher perspective and then take action on whatever it is that you're calling your judgment on. I've never experienced that energy before. That's really interesting. I don't normally pick up on specific legal matters when I get justice, but that in this case, it's kind of feeling like that, and it's like you're going to be the voice of reason. So if it's not actually a legal matter, it's like there's something that has that flavor of someone needing a neutral party to be the voice of reason, to step into that intuition and gain a new perspective and take time to deliberate before making the decision and taking action on whatever this is. That's really interesting. Okay. So yeah, okay. There you go, Sag. That might be something that you need to keep in mind going forward. Oh, I didn't realise we had another card that had flipped over, obviously, while I was shuffling. So that's the King of Swords. And that makes sense as well. You have another court card, so quite a big moment for you, whatever this is. This is about really trusting your logic. There's a little bit of cold ruthlessness about this decision that you're having to make. It's not cold-hearted. It's very much about this needing to have that neutrality and seeing things from a new perspective and taking that time to deliberate without any kind of emotional involvement. You know, you have that in the advice position. So you're sort of needing to keep your emotions out of it and just trust your logic, your wisdom, the king he's very experienced in making his decisions with logic and facts and the wisdom that he's grown over his lifetime. That's why he's in the throne. So you're going to likely need to step into that role for someone, Sag. Really, really interesting. I have decided not to pull on this star card because it feels like the promise of the start of something coming in April, and I kind of want to leave it open. It's like that promise of something special and exciting. A little ant. We're at the tail end of a tropical cyclone, so all the ants have come into this place to escape the crazy rain that we've been getting. I'm going to pull 3 final cards, just as to get a final message for you, Sag, for the second half of March. I feel like, just so you know, this little moment with this High Priestess, with this whatever this, Justice, Hanged Man, Knight of Wands, King of Swords energy is, whatever this sort of legal style judgment that you're going to need to be making at some point at the end of the month. That feels like it's sort of coming separate to your own personal story. And I feel like you're going to be handling it really, really well. Like it's not going to interfere with your own journey. You've got that high priestess energy underneath all of this, and you're going to be able to maintain your balance and continue on your journey. This it's not even a bump in the road. This is something that's kind of just a thing that you need to do as you're moving forward. Yeah, you might even enjoy it because you're going to be in a really good place while you do it. No bad cards there at all. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, the Six of Wands. Oh, look at that. Yeah, what did I say? Everything's going to be great. You've got the Ten of Cups as that final card. It's the happy everything card. You had a lot of major arcana in your read, plus a lot of court cards, Sag. So having these 3 minor arcana as your final little message actually feels really, really nice. This is letting me know that even with all this big work that you're doing and all of these journeys that you're taking and shifts that you're going through, this big cycle, it's ending and beginning, a new one beginning. You've done all this work, you're doing the work, you're getting the recognition, and now you can just enjoy yourself. So at a sort of mundane level, just in your life in general, things are going to be really great. They're going to be moving smoothly. You can take the time to assess where you've been, what you've done. That's fine. You're going to receive recognition. There's going to be a lot of victory, a lot of celebration, and just joy. So while you're going through all this big inner transformation, your outer world is looking pretty special. I'm excited for you, Sagittarius. Just make sure you go into those hidden corners, process that grief, let it all move through. And I don't think you even need to worry about closing your heart off, because with that Ten of Cups, it's really suggesting to me that you're going to end up very happy. I wish you all the best for the rest of the month, Sag.